let's talk about the underlying sentence.
Yes, Judge.
What are you all requesting?
We are requesting the underlying sentence to be 1 year Bear County jail.
Well, Your Honor, so we would ask for a probationary sentence.
Judgment sprung in and out, the verdict swung. Oouchie Court Watch, we've just begun. Oouchie Court Watch, we're on the scene. Truths unraveling, what does it mean?
Moment, counsel. Because he's from another court, let me take this up first with Mr. Morrison, and then I'll do Soriano. And then, but after this, if you'll let them know to put your file back up here. All right, and then I'll take yours after Soriano. Court is calling 2023 CR 4707, State of Texas versus Christopher Morrison. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense.
Shannon Locke for Christopher Morrison.
And are you Christopher Morrison?
Yes, I am.
All right. Could somebody increase the volume for
The
him?
system is, Judge,
The system is,
it's held together, Judge. But you
All
can hit
right.
on that.
all right. So does everybody agree that the person on the video is Christopher Morrison?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morrison, are you able to chat with the court?
Yes,
There's a
ma'am.
problem with our system.
Yes.
Of
Yes,
course, we can't
I
hear you.
can- Okay.
All right. So any objection to Mr. Morrison responding by chat if he's needed to respond from the state? Defense.
None from the defense, Your Honor.
And Mr. Morrison, do you have any objection to appearing by video? All right. All right, so Mr. Morrison was found guilty, and I believe both parties were in agreement that it was not the intent for the state to have him go to prison. Is that correct? All right, so the court remembers everything from the jury trial and the evidence that was presented. My understanding is that Mr. Morrison was in the military.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And what branch was that?
He's in the Army, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so we have someone here for Veterans Treatment Court, and the reason why he wasn't able to be in Veterans Treatment Court in Bexar County is because he doesn't live in Bexar County. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So Herman,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have any insight to give to the court
Your Honor-
as far as conditions?
So, Your Honor, we did go ahead after last time we were up here. We did find a veterans treatment court up where he lives that covers a couple different counties. We have provided that information and the point of contact after we made a call. They are willing to screen him and evaluate him and connect him. We'll keep him connected with the VA up there. He is going to the VA. I'm blanking. I apologize. I don't want to say Lexington, but the closest VA next to him. So he is active there. I would encourage him, as we talked last time I saw him, to continue with his treatment. And then if he gets into VTC, which there shouldn't be an issue with him getting in, he does qualify. They'll set him up with alcohol, drug management, as well as anger management, whatever he may need coming up in his assessment.
All right. And do you have contact with the VTC there?
So we do, as in Jackie Estefan is the point of contact that we received going through our network through the VA and everything else. We spoke to them, and our VGO actually is the one who led the charge on that one. So then contact us, and if we call, they'll answer, they'll communicate with us. It's the best way I can explain it.
So our request of a referral to their VTC, of course, he's going to have to make sure that he applies. It cannot be that, oh, I just decided I don't want to do it.
Right.
They would have to reject him for the court not to have him VTC. Now, let's talk about the underlying sentence.
Yes, Judge.
What are you all requesting?
We are requesting the underlying sentence to be 1 year Bear County jail.
Well, Your Honor, so we would ask for a probationary sentence.
Well, no, here's the thing. I'm going to give him probation.
Uh-huh.
But as you all know, I have a length of probation to give him, plus there's an underlying sentence. So the state is asking that his underlying sentence be 1 year. So if he were unsuccessful, he's looking at 1 year. Of course, it's the court's decision,
Yes, Your Honor.
since he's come to me for punishment, but I would like to hear your argument on what you believe the underlying sentence should be.
So he's been participating in these veterans treatment options for the past 2 years. He's gotten himself into a stable situation. I think that the court's purposes could be served with a year of probation, Your Honor, and then it could be extended if he's not participating or not successfully completing. But he's been successfully completing. He's established himself with the veterans community out in Indiana. And Your Honor, we think that the probation is going to be good to reinforce that and give him some structure for that, but I don't think it needs to be longer than a year.
All right, so the underlying will be 1 year. And for the length of probation?
So we would ask that it be suspended for 2 years, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'll do is 1 year suspended and probated for 18 months. I will allow the transfer to, he says he's in Owensboro, Owensboro, Kentucky. Mr. Morrison, if you could put in what county that is for us. Oh, he says he lives in Indiana.
He does. Your Honor.
All right, so why do I have Owensboro, Kentucky?
That is where
He's attending the
the
VA.
VA.
All right.
So it's kind of the best way to explain is like Kendall and Escoto, all those surrounding counties of us. They have to travel a little bit to go to the VA and to the court.
Ah, thank you. So what county is that, Mr. Morrison? So then, Ms. Abrams, it'll be a transfer to Indiana? Yes, not Kentucky. And can you tell me what county is it in Indiana as well? All right, it's Perry, Perry County. And I'm going to ask for a referral to the VTC in that county. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Anger management. 100 hours of community service restitution. Proof of employment within 45 days, or if he is
Going to
not
school.
employed, or what is he doing?
He's going to school right now, Your Honor.
All right, are you in school full-time, Mr. Morrison? All right, I'm going to do proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider with minors. If you're in school full-time, he works part-time as well. All right, there's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Continued treatment with VA. No contact with the complainants. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
State, is there anything else?
Judge, would just ask you to the evidence in the nature of the offense of prohibited possession of firearms during the term of probation.
All right, there should be no possession of firearms. And when I say firearms, that includes your BB guns, all of it. Do you understand, Mr. Morrison? All right. Next thing I want to talk to you about is the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you do have a right to appeal. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Morrison, we can go off the record. If there's anything you need from the court, just let the probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always let us know and we'll address it in court. Do not leave though. Yes.
Can he, by attending school, discharge some of those 100 hours of community service?
Let's see where we are and I'll see. Okay. All right. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation will meet you in that breakout room. Yes.
Have one question. Is that on count 1 and count 2?
Yes. And I'm so sorry, back on the records, counts 1 and counts 2 will run concurrently. And I will tell you previously what I had ordered, once he was found guilty, I ordered that 1 and 2 would run concurrently, and there's to be no contact with Jesse Izagiri and Michael Izagiri. And so that still stands.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe excuse your honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Watch, we're on the scene. Truths unravel, and what does it mean? In the halls where stories clash, Oouchie court watch quick as a flash.